You need to get those life straws, the ones where you can drink
Eric has
water
one.
no matter what, and it has the filter in it, so that way you
saved.
always
Who would have thought we'd be using these at the office and not in the woods? Welcome to your Morning Shelter podcast. We got a lot to get into if you missed today's show.
We do.
Let me just catch you up real quickly, then get into my rant. Came in this morning. The water machine that we've had for like hot water. It's nice for making, because we all have like most of us have like dry cereal breakfast, or like you have like a protein muffin thing. You use it to make your food. It's very nice. Also, the coffee machine, which hasn't been working since last March, gone. Just vanished out of nowhere. And then things proceeded, and we started putting pieces together the puzzle. I sent young Mr. Hoodie downstairs to the kitchen downstairs, and turns out there's the water machine and coffee there. Now, granted, nobody's worked downstairs since last March. Nobody's going to work down there for a couple weeks. And then, so Eric investigated further, and apparently he had called somebody who said that, well, there is one machine down the hall at DC 101. So Eric went to check. Machine wasn't there. And it evolved even more. So the person didn't believe Eric. So Eric had to walk down and show the person that the machine wasn't there. Now, this is where I understand there's bigger problems in the world. We're very lucky to have jobs and all that. I know I get labeled as being high maintenance. Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
I know everybody on this show and at this station works really hard. I know that and it goes both ways. Like if you don't like see what the show does, if you work here and you don't know like that we're up at 3:30 and it's not like we just come in and it's 6 to 10 leave. Maybe you just think like, whatever, they can just get it. It certainly seems like nobody really cared because they weren't here. And now that they're here, it's going back on. Like the fact that Eric had to walk down the hall to show that the coffee machine wasn't there. Why would we make that up?
I don't get that whole
it's just a
part.
weird
Like
thing.
I can understand the mix up of what happened with the coffee machine or whatever, but like we don't believe you.
Well, and then it goes like, so we like the coffee machine stopped working last March, and I mean, it is what it is. Nobody was allowed in the building. So we started paying for coffee. So like, we're talking like a lot, like $1,000 in coffee probably per person, something like that for a year.
Coffee can get expensive.
Yeah, and now
especially every single day. Absolutely.
And now it's like, not only is there a coffee machine, the one downstairs is touchscreen. So it is a little bit like, I posted the video on TikTok, and it's not even like but it's real life. Like I've always said, the chairs in the studio suck. It's just like it's they're at
so
least
bad.
I would say 15 years old for sure, longer than I've been here. Eric says they're over 10.
The back supports.
Oh yeah,
lumbar.
a lot of them like the footrests have been sawed off because they broke, because they're just like it looks like something like a professor would have at a very old college. But then downstairs is like brand new stuff. It's brand.
It's like futuristic.
Yeah. Yes,
it's
100%.
wild.
I've used the analogy of like the Titanic with the steam room and then like the first class. I know that's a bit drastic, but it is like when everybody,
pretty accurate.
right, when they shut down the offices, like they gave us a 6-pack of beer. And now that the office opened up, there's the hand sanitizer station and the wipes.
Yeah.
I don't blame anybody. I think it's one of those things where if it's not your problem, you just don't care. Or you don't even think about it because it's like, well, I'm working from home. But now that I'm going back into work, let me make sure that the kitchen's restocked and everything like that. So that's what happened today. Will I get over it? Probably. But it is just...
We'll see.
I get like a thrill off of stuff like that where it's so blatantly ridiculous where it's like you can't possibly defend it the other way. Like, why would nobody say, "Hey, we're getting the water taken out"? Why? Or like, "Hey,
it's not hard."
Yeah, it seems it could be a giant coincidence that the building's opening, and then they decide to clean the water out and clean the coffee machines. Like, where was this the last 14 months?
I mean, it would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been very nice.
It's what I keep equating it to is it's out of sight, out of mind. That's really
100%.
what it comes down to. They're not there. They don't have to deal with it. It's out of sight. It's out of mind.
Right. And 110%. I'm not saying that we're certainly by no means are we heroes or anything like that, but it is like, okay, but we were here literally keeping the lights on. It'd been nice just to have like I guarantee you, I promise you, whenever the building opens, there's going to be a big food party. There's going to be a big like pizza party. There's gonna be, it's going to be like, okay, well, we were here like this whole time and it'd been...
Where was our pizza
It'd
party?
been nice to have been thought of. So thank you, Hoodie, for being the investigative journalist in that.
Welcome.
Did you feel a rush when you broke in and you saw what was going on down there?
It was great. I almost got a hot chocolate. I was like, I still don't know how clean this is. So
Isn't that wild? We don't have water up here. Downstairs,
chocolate.
Hoodie almost gets a hot chocolate. It's like,
it was a nice one too. It's
yeah,
actual chocolate.
Look
milk
at that.
in it.
I think they probably have elves in the back. I think that the Keebler elves are in there actually making this stuff. It like legitimately looks like if you took like a company from the Stone Age, if we're Mad Men, and then you have a Social Network where it's like the new and improved spaceship, and then there's the other side where like nobody's allowed to go. That's what it looks like. So that was today. So thank you, Hoodie, for being an investigative journalist. What are you looking forward to today, Andrew?
I'm just looking forward to. We have no maintenance things right now. This is the first. Why did I say
You at your house
Yeah,
or,
don't
or
say
here at the
that.
radio
Knock
station?
on
Because
wood.
Yeah, so I guess I
Right.
cursed the station and all the things
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
happening
glad
here
you're
and out
good.
of my house.
Jeez.
So it'd be nice just to drink a nice cold glass of water, I guess. You can, at home.
Oh, how do you
And,
so?
Because
Must be nice.
This is the thing. So, because John, you and I both eat oatmeal
Mhm.
for breakfast as like our main breakfast thing. How did you make your oatmeal?
I had to put cold water in the microwave, and it was not nearly. It was different. It was soupy. It was bad.
Yeah.
I know it's a first world problem, but when you have that water machine, you depend on.
Well,
the past
also
2
too,
months.
like,
Yeah.
how often do you think that sink is cleaned?
Ew.
Once every 4 months.
Correct.
don't
And
wanna
so, like, when
think
people
about that.
fill up the faucet, do you think some people put their water bottles like on the actual like faucet themselves?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So.
that's making me. That's gross.
I said this on the. I don't know if I said this in the air or off the air. But like, if this happened the reverse, if like we were working from home and like this happened to the sales floor where the coffee machine was just gone, there would be a riot. Like it would
Absolutely.
be the biggest crime against workers. The Teamsters
can't
would be here.
work in these
It would be. You would think it would be a walkout. Like legitimately. Like it's like okay, but here we are. We're just gonna keep going. So
Fine, we'll just.
yeah,
deal.
no, it's fine. I'll just swallow my spit. And I told Eric we should do instead of the pen sponsor, the water sponsor of the day, because it is like for whatever reason
That's true.
my gut tells me to go the complete opposite way into the extreme of like we need water and then to boil water. Do you have an electric grill, Andrew? Like a Boy Scouting grill?
I used to, but my apartment made me get rid of it.
Boo,
So I wonder if we-
your apartments are just
Well,
jerks
you're
to
not allowed
you.
to have grills in an apartment.
But I think because we need to
But if
boil
it's
our water though.
electric-
I think we need to start boiling water.
I mean, they can get REI down the street.
Oh, you want to know what I have?
That's true.
With and with the city bonfire things, little bonfire things. I'll bring them in tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
No, you know what you guys need to get?
Huh?
You need to get those life straws, the ones where you can drink
Eric has
water
one.
no matter what, and it
Yeah.
has the filter in
All
it,
these
so that
things
way you
we've
always
saved.
Who would have thought we'd be using these at the office and not in the woods? I will if I remember. If I remember tomorrow, I'll bring in the
I'll text you
fireplace.
both.
Yeah, because that way we'll have hot water. It's gonna take a while because
There you
it's a
go.
little bit. It's like a candle. We can use the candle if I forget, even more so. And I think that's what we're gonna do. And because I want us to have safe water, because God knows that water is that sink's only used for like cleaning. I don't think anybody drinks out of that sink. Like, I don't think it's actually
I
that's
hope
not.
used to like fill up like trash and stuff. So anyway.
That's really gross.
You can see the saga. It's on Instagram. You can listen to the podcast to kind of see it there. And tomorrow, we'll see what happens, fam. We'll see. If I get
We
called
shall
in,
see.
if I get called in for this too, that's gonna be the
Candlelight.
Don't
biggest.
say that
yeah.
either.
Electricity. Just a candlelight.
We can do that. What do you mean? Don't say that, Riley.
I just because I feel like you're going to say that, and now you're just going to speak it into existence. You're going to get called
But,
in,
like-
and it's going to be a whole thing.
But it's almost like with something like that. It's like I almost hope I do get called in because it's so ridiculous. Where
Yeah,
it's like, what
that's
could you
what I mean.
possibly
What are they
say?
gonna
What can you
say?
possibly say to me? Like that
You
kind
took
of
away my water.
yeah, and like
Basic need of life.
right? And that kind of stuff just like this gets me giddy. So
Yep.
tomorrow I'm gonna bring some iodine tablets and
Oh dear.
some MREs and.
Lord.
I think we now
Here for
in case the toilet doesn't work. I have a disaster kit. Let's bring that in. So tomorrow it's
Oh,
disaster.
perfect. There you go.
It's disaster day on your morning show. We will see you then.